Yeah, who is ready? Ofori, are you done? Because your mic is on. It feels like you are ready to say something. Okay. I am waiting. I am waiting. I am waiting for your answers. I am waiting patiently. I am waiting patiently. Or maybe I should announce a special package for the first person to put in the correct answer. Okay, I think you have 1 minute more. Please, when you are done, you see, don't be I want to use a better word. Be sure of your answer because that's the correct answer. Don't care whether it is. There's nothing like a wrong answer. Every answer is correct. It's the marking scheme that determines what it wants. Okay, I'm seeing the first one in the chat. Okay, so wow, Profella has given us hers. I want to say, but others will pick information from there, so I won't say it. At least Prof. Ella should enjoy the copyright there. Yes, so I'm waiting for the others. Okay, Amma has also sent in hers. Well, I should tell that the figures I'm getting are different, so it will be interesting when we discuss and solve it. So I'm waiting for Prof. Kenton, Prof. Ya, and Prof. Oforiwa. If you have no answer to, you can type no answer. But I won't encourage you to do that. Prof. Kenton and Prof. Okay, Prof. Kenton has also sent it. Wow. Prof. Kenton's answer and somebody's answer. Okay, some answers are now as in equal. Okay, so Prof. Oforiwa, Prof. Kenton, Prof. Ya, has Prof. Ya sent us? I'm not sure. I have Prof. Ella, Prof. Amma, Prof. Kenton, Prof. Oforiwa. So it's left with Prof. Ya. My name, my how do I even say? We're all born on the same day. Just that you are a male and I'm a male and you are Mommy, you can't be confused now. Thursday born, you cannot be confused though. So produce a figure. Otherwise, I'll change. Okay, Amma just brought in a correction. I'm sensing some collaboration and some things there. Well, okay, so okay, Mamiya says I missed one step. Okay, so let's discuss it together. So remember, it's under the straight line method. So we are told to calculate the depreciation, or sorry, calculate the net book value after 3 years. We have been given the cost, the useful life, and we were told that the asset will be sold after that 5 years. So this is the scrap value. Okay, so you have to watch out because it will be used for 5 years and then sold for. So after the 5 years, this is the value of the asset, and that is 4 million scrap value. So let's look at the solution quickly. Well, I don't want to confirm anybody's answer now, so let's look at it. So we have the cost, the scrap value, and the useful life. Let's do the calculation. We would have the depreciation charge to be equal to the cost minus the scrap value divided by useful life, and we are getting 3 million. Okay, Prof. Ella, you have a question?
Oh, okay, it's okay. I couldn't see your screen, but now I can see it.
Okay, good. So when you calculate the depreciation charge, it is 3,200,000. And you know, under this method, the depreciation charge is the same for all the years. Okay. So it means that year 1 is 3,200,000, year 2, 3,200,000, year 3. Now we are looking for net book value after the 3 years. And the formula for net book value is the cost minus the accumulated depreciation. And here specifically accumulated depreciation after the 3 years. Okay, so we have the cost 20 million minus accumulated depreciation for that 3 years will be 3 times the annual depreciation, or you can decide to add them 3.2 million, 3.2 million, 3.2 million, and that will give you 9,600,000. When you less that, you arrive at a beautiful answer, 10,400,000. And let me clap for all the students because you had the correct answers. Very, very good, and I'm impressed. Keep it up. Okay, so any question on this before maybe we zoom into the reducing balance method? Any question? Any question? Any question? Question? No question. Well, I'll hold on to the reducing balance method for now, and probably we'll do that, God willing, tomorrow, because I know I'm Kenton and Oforiwa, you know, I'm that type of teacher. I don't like giving plenty things. We do a little, we all understand, that is okay. We solve more illustrations on that. That is okay. So let me quickly sum up what we have discussed today. And at certain point, I'm going to ask you questions. So please provide feedbacks when I do. So we discussed depreciation. You've done it in school, but we are just going over to get certain things grounded and then move on. So depreciation is the measure of the falling value of a fixed tangible asset. If the asset is intangible, then we don't call it depreciation, we call it amortization. Okay. Now, we also call it depletion if it is a wasting asset. Wasting assets like the mines, that's where we mine gold, bauxite, those minerals. We call them wasting assets because as you use them, their value gets depleted. Okay. The causes of depreciation, we have seen it: obsolescence, passage of time, wear and tear, etc. But the major thing we had to pay attention to is the factors to measure depreciation. And I want all of you or any of you to tell me the factors we looked at. What are the things you have to watch out when you want to calculate depreciation? Who is going to do that for me beautifully? Well, let me call Professor Amwa. Okay. Okay, so the factors are: one, the cost of the assets, where the cost of the asset means all the direct costs associated with getting the asset ready for use. So it comprises the purchase price, any carriage or transportation price, any okay, I'm getting a notification that my mayor's lights are off. Oh, sorry. We wish her well. Anyway, that's Doomsaw. I don't know if the Doomsaw thing is still hanging around, but for my area, I think it's okay now. Can you share any Doomsaw things around your place? Okay, so silence means that there's no Doomsaw. Okay, so the second factor was the scrap value or the salvage value, which is the value of the asset at the end of its useful life. And then you also look at the estimated useful life of the asset, which is normally given in years. And most importantly, the method. What method are you using to calculate the depreciation? The method, very important. And I just indicated to you that there are several methods: the straight line method, the reducing balance method, the sum of years they get, the revaluation method, production hours or production based method. But we are to focus on the straight line and reducing balance method. We picked the straight line and we have just concluded that under the straight line method, depreciation rate is fixed. It is the same for all the years. It doesn't change. So if it is 100,000 for year one, it will be 100,000 for year two, 100,000 for year three, in that order. It is fixed or constant. It doesn't change. And of course, we have seen the formula to calculate depreciation under this method, okay, which is the cost minus the scrap value divided by the useful life. And we also have appreciated certain terms like accumulated depreciation, net book value, depreciable value. Well, we have been able to solve at least some 2 illustrations, and I want to believe we are in good position. So, faithful student, I think I'll go through the past question, take some short of questions that appeared in WASI or maybe in OBJEC on this straight line method and share in the group for you to answer and provide your answers for me as well on your private page. And speaking of the private page, I think so far it's only Prof. Ella and Prof. What do you call it? Only Prof. Ella and Prof. Oforiwa have created it. I think some of you have the old one. You can use the old one. It doesn't matter. Kenton, so you can use the old one. Amma, you can use the old one. Okay. So I'll put those questions there for you to solve and then answer and forward the answers to me on the private pages. Thank you. Now, before I go, any questions? I have one last thing to say or for you to note, but I'll pick on any question before I do that. No, okay, Prof. Ella. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so in our textbooks, they have under the methods of depreciation, they have its uses, importance, disadvantages, and advantages. Are we supposed to learn them? Are they important now, like in the current educational system?
Okay, that is a good question. Let me answer. I want to be very professional so that you don't take my word for it. So yes, the advantages, disadvantages from experience. If you check the past question, especially WASI, dear, that has not been examined over the years. If you check the past question, you wouldn't find a question where they are asking you to look at the advantages and disadvantages of these methods. Okay, but I always tell my students, plenty fish does not spoil soup. So if you can read something around it, why not? But it is not a highly examinable area. Okay, so I'm being professional with my response. It's not highly examinable. Yeah, but if you have time and you can read it, why not? Okay, maybe you not meet it in WASI, but you meet it in a quiz competition or anything, and it would help you score some points and awards. So why not? So that's my take on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Prof. Amma, Prof. Kenton, and Prof. Oforiwa, no question for me now. Okay, then does that mean that we have understood or appreciated what we've discussed so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. That is a relief to hear. Okay, so like I said, I'll be sharing some questions on the main page, but I'll expect your answers in the private group. So when I do, please provide responses. I'll be glad if you can solve them and present your answers before our meeting tomorrow. Now, the last thing I would want to say before I go is that under the straight line method, what I want you to pay attention to is the fact that the depreciation is the same for the years. But you see, when you are solving questions, there's a possibility that when you are dealing with the straight line method, they'll give you the cost, they'll give you the scrap value, and they will not give you the useful life, but rather give you a certain percentage, 10%, 5%, 20% as the rate of depreciation. At that point, we say that you are to apply that rate, okay, on the cost of the asset. Now, I'm saying this because in the first example we solved where there was a scrap value, when we're calculating the rate, we had to deduct the scrap value from the cost, okay, to get the rate. And when we're calculating the depreciation using the rate, we had to less the scrap value from the cost. I'm saying that in questions where you are given the rate, just apply it on the cost of the asset. What reason can I give to justify this? Well, when we're in class 1, we're told that 1 minus 2 cannot be. But when we got to GHS, we were made aware that 1 minus 2 is negative 1. That is a typical thing that is playing out here. Okay, sometimes every subject has its own, a level of confusion on certain things. But what is important is for us to know what is required of us at any point in time. So anytime you are working on depreciation and you are given the cost of the asset, the rate of depreciation, please apply the rate on the cost of the asset. Thank you very much. And I hope that is well with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate you for joining. I think we have some extra minutes to catch up, but I'll use that to put the questions on the page for you to solve. Anything from any of you. It could be a suggestion. Maybe the way my voice is, you don't like it, I can tune it. Maybe you want more bass or treble or tenor. You can tell me. Yes. Professor, go ahead.
Sorry, one last question.
Okay.
I'm a bit confused.
Yeah.
With the rate thing, because in school I was made to understand that rate is used in reducing balance method, and here you are saying they can give you the rate, but they won't give you the useful life.
Yeah.
You'll be given the scrap value and the cost.
Yeah.
So will they state that use straight line method, or they'll just give it to you like that?
Yes, you see, at any
Because
point
I can avoid the straight line method and use the reducing balance method.
Okay. At any point in time, the examiner will be specific what method you should use to calculate the depreciation. The examiner will not put will not put you in the situation where you have to assume what method to use. Okay. So even when we go into when we acquire the asset and we are depreciating it and we are disposing it, every asset would have a specific method of depreciation on it. So that one is explicit. The question would tell you, use the straight line method, use the reducing balance method. But you see, I don't want you to get confused with the rate being specific to only reducing balance. No, the rate can also appear under straight line method. But that's the point I just made. Yeah, when the rate is given in the straight line method, apply it on the cost of the asset. So if it is 20%, multiply it by the cost given in the question, maybe 100,000. You apply and get, let's say, 20,000 as the depreciation for all the years, because under the straight line method, the depreciation is the same and doesn't change. But under the reducing balance, it changes because you have to do. So that's the difference between the two. But in any of them, you can be given a rate to use to apply and calculate the depreciation. So get that correct. I'm sure probably your teacher was trying to make a point, but maybe the students were a bit confused, and because of the timing, you couldn't have enough time for him to give you more explanations. But take it from me, and I'm very confident that in reducing balance and straight line methods, you can be given a rate which you would use to calculate the depreciation. Okay, but under the straight line, you apply the rate on the cost. But under the reducing balance, you apply the rate on net book value. And I don't want us to go there because we are yet to go into the reducing balance method. So Prof. Ella, hold on with the confusion a little bit. We're going to clear that out soon. Thank you very much for the question.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. In fact, today I've enjoyed the class because my students have been very engaging, and they are giving me the contribution vibes, and I love it when my students ask questions to clear their confusion. So let me appreciate all of you for making time. I'm sure by now some of your friends are at the beach enjoying, but don't worry, YC is waiting for them. So I appreciate all those of you are making efforts at least to learn extra, because your calendar now is one that is a bit unfavorable. So anytime I see students committing to extra work, I'm glad, and God bless you all for that. It is my hope that you carry on with the you carry on with this commitment for all the subjects you have registered on. If for nothing, please remember that mommy, daddy could have used the money to buy some kebab or tilapia or anything to enjoy, but they have considered you and made payments. So at least let them get some value for this money they are paying. A little advice from Mr. Amwa. Thank you very much. I love you, my students, and I hope you love me too. Thank you. And if there's nothing else, it's a wrap. I'll see you, God willing, tomorrow in our class. So bye-bye.
Bye.